1 minute daily habits that you can do every single day that will actually transform your life. What are those? We're going to talk about those today. My name was Kelly. I was a nurse to CEO, and my mission is to help you get the life and career of your dreams. So, what are the 1 minute habits that you can do every day that will transform your life? And I do these things every day. Well, most days. We'll just say most days. Check your daily money balances. What does that mean? That means you should be checking your checking account, your savings account, and maybe even your investments every day. It takes 1 minute. First of all, you should know where money is coming in and what money is going out. It's quick and easy to do it online now. You have alerts, but why does this transform your life? Well, first of all, you'll be able to monitor what's happening with your cash, and that's always important, right? But it also can be pretty motivating. When you see your investments and your savings grow, it helps you to want to save more. Now, if you're also one though that you can't look at your investments because you get very emotionally you make changes or you want to act on it in an emotional way, then don't look at your investments because those are going to fluctuate every day. It's just what it does. But over time, it will only grow if you're doing it the right way. So 1 minute, check your money balances. Number 2, that only takes 1 minute, and this may surprise you, but watch the news or read about the news. Why am I telling you this? Yes, the news and the media can spark reactions, and it does. But I will say, especially if you're trying to progress your life, you really need to know what's happening with current events. And this is not about, you don't need to sit down and read the Wall Street Journal, and you don't need to watch all the social media splashes, but find a reputable news outlet and just scan the headlines and some brief information that has to pertain to you and your life or your business so that you can talk intelligently if you're asked about it from a boss or you're asked about it from a partner or maybe you're asked about it from a client. You'll be understanding what's happening. Why only for 1 minute? Because you don't need your brain filled with all the nonsense and the noise. 1 minute will get you the highlights and enough information that you need to be intelligent in what you're speaking about that you can always look at further. Number 3, take reminder notes when you're thinking about it. It only takes 1 minute. If you're having to constantly always think about, oh, I need to remember X or I need to remember Y, it's not going to work. You're going to not prioritize what you need to prioritize. I take reminder notes all the time and I put it right in my smartphone. I literally will put like today at 8 a.m., remind me to take out the garbage. Today at 10 a.m., remind me to pay my mortgage bill. Today at 3 p.m., remind me I need to go pick up my son. Those reminder notes, and then it pops up at the time, can actually save you so much time in the long run because you're either not kicking yourself for forgetting to do what you needed to do to be more productive, and you don't have to, it can release that from your brain. You don't need to remind and remember your brain because your phone or whatever tool you're using, it's going to pop up for you. So take reminder notes. It only takes a minute. At the end of your day, whatever that day may look like, write that quick email back or clean up your desk. It only takes a minute. And I'll admit, the cleaning up my desk, I'm not always consistent about doing it every day. But man, when I do it, the next day just feels so much better because you have a nice clean desk and you know you responded to all those important things. Why is that important? Because it will weigh on your brain, especially if you have an email that's really bothering you that you know you need to respond to. Now, I'm not talking about rushing a response that maybe you don't have the answer to. But it may be just responding to that email saying, hey, I will get back to you tomorrow. Or, hey, I got your email. I'll respond to you next week. And then set your reminder to do that. Why does that help? First of all, it helps ease your brain. You don't have it reminding you and you know you have a reminder set that you're going to respond to that email when you said you would. And number 2, you responded to the person. So you don't have to worry about, is that person wondering where you're at in that update? So at the end of your day, respond back to the emails, set your reminder to do so, and clean off your desk so you can go home stress-free. Make priority lists. This kind of aligns with the reminder, right? So the reminder is for everything. The reminder notes are just to release your brain of whatever you're supposed to remember. So what's different about a priority list? A priority list are the goals and the production you want to get done today or tomorrow. It only takes a minute. Write it down so you understand what do you really want to get done today, and that will help you be more successful in the long run. Thank someone, anyone. When you feel gratitude towards someone, it changes your mindset of yourself and it changes the mindset of someone else. And I'm telling you, that will only make your day better. There's always something to be grateful for. There's always someone to thank. There's always someone that did something for you or thought of someone that you can thank them for that. That will change your mindset and again, make your day so much better. Check in with at least 3 people every day. Now, this could be personal or professional. And I really mean that if you're someone that gets into the daily grind, you get into your daily tasks, you really need to think about who are you checking in with. And if you really want to be successful, especially in your professional career, you need to be checking in with people. And so pick at least 3 people every day that you want to check in with and find out what projects are happening, what's happening in their personal life, what's stressing them out, what's going really well. Doing those things every day for 1 minute, and it doesn't need to be long. 1 to 5 minutes can buy you so much time in the future, knowing what's the highlights of what's happening for the day so that you can understand and know what's happening with the team. Now, these are kind of bonus. Those were more like production and productivity with professional, but some bonus tips to use in your personal life that I have also learned as well. For wellness, it takes 1 minute to pack your healthy snacks. Because honestly, if you don't pack healthy snacks, you're going to be hitting that vending machine with things that you're going to regret probably eating later. So it takes 1 minute the night before to pack. And myself, I always pack my yogurt. I always maybe pack a protein bar. I pack my salad and I have everything ready to go so I can just grab them the next morning and leave. It takes 1 minute. Number 2, park farther away. Now, I usually don't do this necessarily at work, although I probably should. But parking farther away in parking lots, you will be shocked by how much steps you get in. And you literally are not taking more than a minute, oftentimes less than a minute, to walk to the area of the store or whatever it is you need. Now, I do it for stores all the time. I'm probably not as consistent with it as I need to be at work, but you will get more steps in and burn more calories more than you think. And so it only takes a minute to park farther away. Talk with your parents and your teens. So check in. It kind of goes back to checking in at work, but also check in with your personal folks. Your parents, your sibling. You don't have to do it all in one day. I know time is of the essence, but 1 minute can really go a long ways in checking in. Now, with your teen, this was something that I did with all 3 of my kids, especially my boys who, you get kind of grunts and, oh, everything's fine. You're right. Everything's fine. And I would require 10 minutes. Yes, I know this deviates from the 1 minute, but I would actually say, I just want you today to sit down with me for 10 minutes and I want to hear what's going on at school. I want to hear what's going on with, whatever they're interested in with sports or videoing, whatever that may be. Oftentimes it goes more than 10 minutes once you get it going. But if you have a 10-minute clock, they're more than likely okay or fine with sitting down with you. So there's one little tip for you as well. Pick something up in every single room that you walk in. I kind of do this throughout the day, and I think we kind of do this as parents often anyway, but it often will take less than a minute. If you're in a room and you know whatever's in there doesn't belong there, pick it up and bring it to the next room. A, you're getting your steps in, and B, it takes less than a minute and it keeps your house a little more tidy. Now, I would love to say my house is tidy every day. It's not. It definitely looks daily lived in. But one of the habits that I have learned is that picking something out from every room and bringing it to the next room only takes a minute, and it definitely makes cleaning much easier in the future. Stretch. We often, maybe even if we're exercising, and I am one that exercises, but one thing I had to add into my routine is stretching. Again, you probably should stretch more than a minute, but stretching for at least a minute will make your muscles feel a lot less sore. And I mean doing this almost every time. So whether I always was doing it, I would say after working out, like a big formal workout in the mornings, but I started incorporating it even after a walk, a 20 or 30 minute walk. If I can just stretch my legs for a minute, it just feels better, keeps your flexibility going more. And so you really do feel better after stretching. So for 1 minute a day, stretch. And the final bonus tip, wash your face. And you need to wash your face for a full minute. This was something I learned probably almost 10 years ago. I don't know how I didn't know it the first 30 years of my life. But washing your face for a full minute actually gets the grime off, it gets the makeup off, and actually a double cleanse is even better. But because we're talking about 1 minute, really focus on 1 minute of washing your face for a full minute. And you may even have to count the full 60 seconds to make sure you're doing it, because a minute can sometimes feel like a long time. But your 10-year future self will thank you for this, especially, and I know it's especially hard to do at night. Maybe you were out late, maybe you were at a wedding or a bar or a party or a kid's event, and it's midnight, 1 a.m, and the last thing you want to do is wash your face. But trust me, take the minute, wash your face. Your future self will thank you. And honestly, you'll just feel better the next morning too, because you'll have all that grime off your face. Hopefully you found this helpful. Please give me a like and subscribe if you found this helpful. I'd also like to hear in your comments below, what is 1 minute thing that you do every day? And anything goes. I'd love to hear what is something that you know just takes 1 minute that you have to do every day. And take a look at this next video.